2020 was a big shocker. Mm. 2021 left many asking, what is this? And 2022, a lot of folks are very apprehensive because there's still so much uncertainty. They're not sure what to expect anymore. And you compound that with all the issues you're already struggling with, and it's a lot. And it can get really heavy really fast. But I want to share with you a few things to help you get elevated and overcome, because you are more poised to overcome than you can imagine. I remember on a trip to Peru, I learned about one of their national symbols, the condor bird. And what I love is that this bird is kind of heavy. So flying is a bit troublesome for it. It's a bit of a struggle. And so this bird learned what it needed to overcome that struggle. Sometimes when we need to overcome, we got to look at what the overcomers have done. So I went to look at this bird, and it hangs out in these high places, on edges, cliffs, way up there. It gets up there and it just hangs. And when it wants to soar, you know what it does? It waits. It waits for the upwind. And when that wind comes through, that bird lets go and it soars. Many of us want our upwind, but we do not want to position ourselves. We are staying bound and grounded to the things that are keeping us stuck, to the things that are hurting us, to the feelings and the mindsets and mentalities that are destroying us and not getting us where we want to get. And we lament and we cry and we look at everything else that is wrong rather than how can I position myself for my upwind. We are scared. You see, the thing is, you've got to make a move. That's the first thing. You have where you are isn't working for you, whether it's in your mindset, whether it's the emotional state that you're in, whether it's in the spiritual state that in, whatever state, if it's a relationship, if it's a career, if it's an experience that you are stuck. And you need to reposition yourself. So there are a few things that I need you to remember in the process. I need you to know and apply in the process. So let's go back to the bird. It was committed. It was committed to positioning itself. It was committed to getting into the right place, which means that if down here with the ducks isn't serving your soaring process, you need to position yourself on the cliff. And a lot of us don't want that, because the higher I go, it means the harder I can fall. That's the mindset that we have. Not the higher I go, it means I'm positioning myself for my upwind that makes it easy for me to let go and soar, that I can trust that. You've got to be more committed to what you need in your life. You've got to want it so bad that you are okay to let the things that seem comfortable but isn't serving you, they're hurting you. You've got to be so committed to your success, to your healing, to your transformation, that you're saying, you know what? The edge might be a little bit scary, but that's where my upwind is. So I'm going to position myself. You need to reposition yourself away from all the things that are hurting you, keeping you stagnant, and not serving your greatest purpose. You've got to be committed. You have to have a heart that is all in. You cannot just be flip-flopping back and forth and everybody say this and say that, and you're just moving all over the place. You can't hold on and let go all at the same time. You want to soar, but fear and the disappointment of past mistakes have you grounded, have you not moving. You have to be all in for the life that you desire, not all in for the things that are hurting you and the people that are sucking your energy dry. We stay in situations that just really isn't good for us. We stay with mindsets and fears and doubts, and we hold on to them and we live there because they're what we know and we're comfortable with them. And we want something else, but we don't want to let go of the things that are counterproductive to the things that we know we want more. You cannot want happiness and hold on tightly to the sad things. You cannot want more out of life and you keep holding on to settling for less. You can't want healing and hold on only to the hurt. You've got to get in the position. And sometimes it means you feel afraid because, oh my goodness, this is high. This means that I don't know what's out there anymore. It's an unknown situation. It means that there would be change. And sometimes we think those changes might be negative, but they may be positive. That's the thing about the unknown, is that you do not know yet what it holds. And the decisions that you make will yield the good for you if you are willing to position yourself. Because on the ground, the upwind does not serve you. Midway up, it is just passing over you. You have to be in the right position. And it means being on the edge of where you are now. Because when you're on the edge, you start to separate yourself. You're leaving all the other things behind. And there is no more of this plane of hurt. There's no more of this plane of uncertainty. There is no more of this plane of disappointment. It is now I am separating myself and getting on the borders and the edge of all these things that have not served me, so that I could wait for something new to come up. Because when that upwind comes, I need to be in place. I need to be positioned, and I just need to step out and let it go. But you've got to be all in. The condor bird was all in about letting go. It's like, I need to soar, and this weight is keeping me down. All these things that we are going through, I like the weight of the condor bird for us. We are grounded. We are kept down. It's a struggle. It's time for you to get on the edge of the struggles. Position yourself, because your upwind is coming, and it will pass on by. If you are all the way inland, it will serve you no purpose. You need to be right there on the edge of the past, on the edge of what have not served you, on the edge of your doubts and fears and uncertainty. You got to be right there on the edge, elevated, for your upwind is coming, but you've got to be all in.